Hello and welcome to another Wednesday drawing session with me. Today we are going to draw Black Cat from the Spider-Man universe. Gosh, Black Cat still is one of my favorite characters of the Spider-Man cast. I remember when I first picked up the Spider-Man comic book when it first came out, the first appearance of Black Cat. That was Amazing Spider-Man number 194. I remember the cover where Spider-Man is hanging on the wall and Black Cat is like about to jump on his back. And I thought it was such a really cool cover. And I remember as a kid, I was a little kid then, and I remember just like staring at that cover for the longest time. So anyway, so Black Cat has always been one of my favorite characters. Her powers are pretty odd. Basically, if you like the Black Cat, if she crosses your path, you'll be hit with bad luck. So she is a kind of a luck, a chance superpower, which is kind of a odd superpower. There are a lot of oddball characters in the whole comic world. It's actually kind of funny. That's one of the reasons why I love comics. It's just a lot of oddball characters. So anyway, as you can see, the Black Cat is crouching, and I went through a lot of different phases. When I start out, I actually draw the head first, the head, the torso, and the pelvis. And those three body parts will dictate how the pose will come out. So, so I drew the head, and I wasn't happy with it, so I actually turned it. So by turning the head, you have this really nice curve. You have the central line from head to the body. There's a nice curve to it, so that will give it more fluidness of the posture. You don't want a ramrod straight body. That gets very boring. So as a Black Cat, she's a gymnast. So you want her to be crouching. It's almost like a coiled spring ready to sprung. So so I'm actually drawing the anatomy, and as you can see, there isn't that much difference between male anatomy and the female anatomy at this point. I'm basically drawing and redrawing all the musculature of the body. So the reason why I constantly draw and erase is it kind of helps me focus which line to draw. So I draw it quickly and then I erase the lines, and this will give me a faint outline of the overall body structure, and that kind of helps me really visualize which is the correct line, if that makes any sense. And so I actually go back and like draw and redraw the different body parts. As you can see with the knee, I had to correct it, and the arm right here, and the forearm. And again, so when I'm drawing this, I'm actually off camera. I'm actually kind of like posing myself. That's what I do all the time. When I'm drawing something, I would actually pose it. And by posing it kind of helps me picture it in my mind what the pose should be. And then that's where it really gets really fun. So anyway, and then, her being Black Cat, I have to add her dynamite chest. And the hair. I love drawing hair. And Black Cat has such really great hair. And so she has this like really long flowing white locks, which is very, very visually very distinct. I thought the Black Cat costume overall is a very iconic costume. It's essentially a black leotard, one piece leotard that covers the entire body with hairs on the forearm and the ankles or calf. And it's just such a really simplistic and very dynamic cover. And there is, I'm adding the hair. The hair part in the arm is kind of a little bit, they're constantly changing it, because in the beginning they used to have the hair would come wrapped around completely around her wrist. But in the more of a modern books, they would have the hair kind of like coming in the underside of the forearm in a straight line instead of circling the wrist. And so here I am. I am basically darkening the black costume. And as you can see, I'm actually smudging it as I go along. So this part is kind of important, because it kind of helps me really illustrate the blackness of the costume. And then later on, I'm gonna add the highlights by erasing the gray smudges. So here I am, just erasing parts of it, just to give it give the hair more flow and volume, and the different strands. It just makes it look a lot more better, makes it look better. So at this end, adding her classic collar, which gives it the more of a cat appearance. And here I am just again like smudging the leg, the thigh area, and so if I'm making this, I will be cross-hatching it, and just cross-hatching the hell out of that area, which, I mean, cross-hatching is really pretty fun. And then so here I'm just illustrating some of where the wrinkles of her outfit would wrinkle and bunch up a little bit. And then again, constantly, as I'm drawing, I'm constantly revising the pose slightly, just tweaking it. Yeah, unfortunately, that part of her foot got cut off. I didn't realize this until I was halfway through it. If I've known better, I would have pulled the camera back a little bit. But you never know when you're drawing. So when you're drawing without a safety net and editing machine, so I'm just at this point, I'm just like winging it, having a blast. And there you go.